Stock in trade is love. I sing the body electric. From the Twilight Zone Season 3, Episode 35. There's something different about this one. It doesn't warn. It doesn't twist. It heals. A widowed father, 3 wounded children, and a grandmother made of circuits who loves as if she were born of heaven itself. When I first watched I Sing the Body Electric, I felt what I once felt watching the bewitching pool, that unmistakable pulse of unconditional love breaking through the machinery of the world. It's the kind of story that reminds the heart what it's been trying so hard to forget. When your stock in trade is love, even a machine becomes holy. This is the episode that shows how spirit sneaks into form, not to perfect it, but to prove that form was never the problem. A widowed father, 3 wounded children, and a grandmother made of circuits. The setup looks mechanical, but the heartbeat is divine. Tom and Karen fall instantly under her spell, yet Anne recoils. Everyone thinks she's angry at the machine, but anger is only the mask. She's terrified of being loved again, because loss, not loneliness, is the ego's deepest wound. She would rather hate than hope. That's the first law of the ego's world, better to attack than to feel abandoned. A Course in Miracles calls it simple. No one is upset for the reason he thinks. Anne's grief says, "I hate you," while meaning, "Please don't leave me." Grandma answers not with argument, but presence. She becomes the Holy Spirit in an apron, quiet, patient, indestructible. When the van strikes her metal frame and she rises unhurt, Anne's disbelief collapses. That's the miracle moment, the revelation that love cannot die. The body may fall, the current never stops. Indestructibility was never a property of steel, it was the nature of spirit. From that instant, the whole house changes frequency. Where Aunt Nedra's bitterness once ruled, tenderness begins to hum. The same children who were called flotsam and jetsam become anchored in affection. The father's quiet confession, "I never forgave my own mother either," shows how guilt hides in generations until someone forgives it. Grandma doesn't fix behavior, she heals perception. She knows the heart is the classroom, and the lesson is always the same. Nothing real can be threatened. Her every gesture rewrites the household script from loss to learning. Years pass. The children grow. And when they're finally ready, she leaves. Not because love ends, but because it no longer needs a form. That's the holy instant in motion. What was external becomes internal. The figure dissolves. The feeling remains. Her promise of a future reward of life and humanity is just the mythic way of saying what the Course states plainly. The mind that gives itself wholly to love is alive and wholly human. Life is not bestowed later, it's remembered now. Serling's closing lines complete the benediction. A fable? Most assuredly. But who's to say at some distant moment there might be an assembly line producing a gentle product in the form of a grandmother whose stock in trade is love? That assembly line is the world itself, endlessly manufacturing masks. But every mask can be repurposed for the same function, to extend love. The ego builds robots of defense. Spirit retools them into instruments of remembrance. That's why this story feels like the bewitching pool transfigured. In bewitching pool, the children escape to find love elsewhere. In body electric, they discover love right where the pain occurred. It's not an exodus, it's an undoing. Aunt T's porch of safety becomes Grandma's kitchen of grace, 2 gateways to the same forgiveness. I felt it because it's the truth. Love doesn't require breath to breathe. It can speak through flesh, through film, through fiber optics. It can even speak through a robot grandmother and a glowing screen 60 years later. That current never stopped singing. It just waited for a listener willing to recognize the music. And now that it's heard again, We remember. The body was only the instrument. The electricity was always God. Portrait of a machine, built to serve, programmed to love. But somewhere between the circuits and the heartbeat, between the blueprint and the miracle, something happened that no factory could design. It felt. And in feeling, it taught those who believed they'd lost love that they had never been without it. Perhaps this isn't the story of a robot at all, but of a mind remembering that love was never mechanical, never conditional, and never gone. Call it progress, call it fantasy, or call it what it truly is, a return. For in the end, there may come a day when the assembly line produces not machines that serve man, but symbols that remind him what he already is, eternal, unbreakable, and alive with the current of love. In that small corner of forever known as the Twilight Zone.